All right, well, let me start by just saying that this is Growing Up Aspen Joiners Table chat that we're having here with Mike Tache, who comes from a long line of ski racers and ski folk. And so when you think of Aspen and skiing, well, the Tache name is a big part of that. What would you say? It's interesting because I talked to Andy Mill and I talked to your brother a little bit about it. I didn't get as much, but it always seemed like the kids were always trying to get sponsors. And that was sort of a big deal, was trying to get yourself set up. I remember Michael Dayton and a bunch of other folks, and it was who you were sponsored and all that stuff. And so in today's world, because you're dealing with kids today, what is that whole format like? Because you're in influencers where in order to get a sponsor, you sort of need to have a social media presence and followers and folks. So it sort of feels like it's a different world, whereas before you were just a skier, and now you kind of have to be your own press agent in a sense. Yeah. With I mean, it's so easy with cameras and everything now, but it almost feels like that's not something we sort of muscled our way in our generation. But now it's so much bigger. And if you really want to sponsor and really want to do it right, I mean, what's that world like right now, do you think, for kids?
For the kids that it hasn't really changed that much. It's all
Okay.
in your ranking. It's
Okay.
all in your rankings.
That's good to hear.
And back in the day, all the guys, Dayton, Palangi, all these guys we were racing with, myself, we were the top guys in the country, our age.
Wow.
And we were all right in the top 5, top 10. And that got you the equipment, and there was a point where you chose which company you wanted to be with. Gargell went with K2,
Right.
Dayton with Dynastar. My whole family was Rossignol, so there was really no choice for me. I just had, the van just pulled in and here you go.
Yeah.
And the amount of skis that they would dole out was shocking. That would never happen to any of my kids. No chance. None of
Mm-hmm.
to get that type of a sponsorship now, that's non-existent. That's
Wow. Wow.
I mean, they backed up and it was, 2 pair of slaloms, 2 pair of GS, 2 pair of downhill. Then Super G came in along the route of my, at some point there when I was in high school, and then there was 2 more pairs. So you had that many pair of skis sitting at your house, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that Aspen magazine article. They went to everybody's house. You had them all lined up. Kink. We all had our skis, a whole friggin' wall of skis, right? That would never happen today.
Yeah.
Now kids, you have, if say, top 5 kid, they'll give him a couple pair of skis. You still got to buy stuff though.
And a sticker.
Wow.
And a stick. Yeah, right. Exactly. Maybe a poster.
Here's some chapstick, kid.
Right? I'm going K2 for the posters.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But those days, man, no way. That doesn't happen anymore unless you are, you're on the ski team. Do you get that type of
Right. You're
type of sponsorship? And
yeah, you're not. It's not the guys shooting for the team. It's the guys that are actually on the team that get it now. Whereas before, it was sort of everybody that they were hoping to get up into there. They would sort of help
totally.
out.
You got, and then and they worked with you right through the whole.
So to your point, Andy, with the influencer culture, I imagine there's just a glut of that stuff. I mean, I do see my kid, he's into baseball and whatnot, and he'll get tagged by some of the companies for Rawlings and things like that. But they don't sponsor those kids anyway. But I was just going to say, there's a glut of stuff out there, and people are, I had my sister-in-law at Christmas was filming us. I'm like, what are you filming us for? And she's like, content, bro, content. And I'm like, content for what?
Yeah.
I saw a lady at Lowe's about a half an hour ago with her little thing. She was, zoning in, taking a picture of a shrub. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
who's watching that stuff?
Isn't that something? I mean, I look at like outside of the race world now, like say, who do I know? Chris, what's his name, from Vail? Not a particularly great skier, but got into the backcountry big mountain stuff. Chris, red hair. We used to race with him. Anyway, he created that's his whole career now. He started filming everything he was doing, and he created a whole life. And now he movies, the whole 9 yards. And he was doing it with Warren Miller, like Bill Mattson did. And then he kept it rolling right into a career.
Wow. Sort of like, Warren. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Mike Merle is
kind of big. I see on another level, like you see all, everyone's filming everything now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's, I guess, what do I want to say there? You're out there enough and in enough. Yeah, you're going to get sponsors. You're going to get paid for it.
Thanks for listening to Growing Up Aspen, a Joiners Table podcast with our classmates. We'd like to thank the Aspen Times and the Aspen Daily News for letting us include some of their materials in our book, Growing Up Aspen, Adventures of the Unsupervised. The authors would like to thank you. If you're interested, you can check out our book at twistandturnpress.com or